Nora thought her love story with Ryan would last forever, but destiny had a darker plan waiting for her. Just when their happiness felt untouchable, one night shattered everything she believed in. Alone, with only the echo of Ryan's promises and the life growing inside her, Nora began to sense things that blurred the line between love and loss. Was Ryan truly gone, or had his shadow found a way back to her? The truth, when it comes, will leave you breathless. The church bells rang that afternoon, but to Nora they sounded distant, like echoes from another world. She walked slowly down the aisle, her heart trembling. At the altar, Ryan stood smiling, his eyes fixed on her as though nothing else existed. They had been together since childhood, sharing secrets under the mango tree, chasing fireflies, whispering promises of forever. When the priest joined their hands, Nora felt as if her soul was tied to his. Their first year of marriage was sweet, filled with small joys. Ryan bringing her wildflowers, Nora cooking his favorite meals, their late-night talks about the future. On their first anniversary, Nora hid a secret in her heart. A baby was growing inside her. She bought tiny shoes, wrapped them in a box, and hid them under the bed. That night, she planned to surprise him. She never imagined the gift would turn into a curse she could never bear to open. Rain fell that evening as Ryan kissed Nora and stepped out to buy her favorite cake. She waited at the window, smiling to herself, imagining his face when he learned he was going to be a father. But minutes became hours and Nora's smile slowly faded. A heavy knock came at the door. 2 policemen stood in the rain, their faces pale with pity. "Ma'am," one said, his voice low, "there was an accident. The driver didn't make it." The world shattered. Nora collapsed, her screams filling the night. When the officers left, the silence in the house was unbearable. She crawled to the bed, pulling out the small box. The baby shoes inside seemed to glow in the dark, mocking her, burning her chest. That night, she swore she heard Ryan's voice whisper her name in the rain. She ran outside barefoot, searching for him, but only shadows and storms surrounded her. Still, she knew he was near. The days that followed were heavy with shadows. The house was no longer home. It felt like a tomb. Nora often found Ryan's shirt moved from where she left it, or his chair rocking slowly as if someone had just risen from it. At night, she dreamed of him, sometimes reaching for her, sometimes standing far away, his eyes full of sorrow. Each dream left her shaken, her heart pounding like drums in her chest. One night, she woke to the sound of soft footsteps. She rose, trembling, and found the little box with the baby shoes lying open on the floor, though she had locked it away. She picked them up with shaking hands and whispered, "Ryan, is it you?" The wind outside howled in reply, yet for a moment she felt warmth brush against her cheek like a hand. Terrified yet comforted, Nora realized she was not alone. Whether it was grief or ghost, Ryan's presence lingered. When labor came, it was as if the heavens themselves broke open. Thunder shook the earth, lightning flashed, and Nora's screams filled the hospital hall. Between her cries, she gasped Ryan's name. At her weakest moment, she felt it again, the invisible hand holding hers, firm and steady. She opened her eyes and there he was, standing by her bed, his face pale but smiling. With one last push, a baby girl was born. Tiny, fragile, crying loudly into the storm. When the nurse placed her in Nora's arms, she whispered through tears, "Ryan, she's here. She's yours." She named her Hope. But that night, as Nora rocked her baby to sleep, she glanced toward the corner of the room. For a second, she saw Ryan's shadow watching them, silent and still. She smiled weakly, though her body shook. "You'll always be here, won't you?" she whispered. The shadow flickered, then faded. But the rocking chair by the bed began to move on its own.